It was great. It's beautiful. Це буде гарно, це буде красиво.
Who was it? Who was it? I did that to. Because that Cuban did it.
Oleksandr Usyk first words after training with Carl Froch for John Fury fight. Usyk steps into Carl Froch's camp and immediately calls him a monster. He talks about discipline being his real motivator, but it's clear Froch's intensity terrifies even him. Every drill is precise, punishing, and mentally exhausting. Usyk admits he's impressed, but shaken. Froch doesn't just train you, he dominates you, turning champions into relentless warriors.
You do it long time. You do it every day. It's just life. I told him I don't have motivated. I have discipline. I think discipline is a.
Eddie Hearn doesn't hold back. He hits hard on how Usyk constantly evolves, moving into other camps, learning and adapting at every turn. He spent time in the US camp, sharpening his skills, soaking in every technique, and pushing himself beyond limits. This isn't casual training, it's relentless improvement. Usyk's drive to keep learning makes him a nightmare for any opponent, always ready, always evolving, always deadly.
Gone into other camps, kept evolving, kept learning, kept listening. You know, he has spent time in the Usyk camp. I don't think that's a secret. But I think any official announcement which hasn't been, I don't think, confirmed yet will come.
Adam Smith is fired up describing Usyk's camp. He says this is next level stuff. He met Usyk on Monday night, and the fighter is fully committed, ready to absorb every ounce of the training. The headquarters are unlike anything Smith has ever seen in boxing, and the way Usyk pushes himself is completely unique. It's a masterclass in intensity, precision, and discipline that turns a champion into an unstoppable force.
They night about this, and he wants to do this. He wants to spend time in Oleksandr's training camp because those headquarters are like something I've never seen before in all my time in boxing. The way that Oleksandr trains is
Oleksandr Usyk talks about linking up with Carl Froch, and the respect is immediate. Froch isn't just a trainer, he's a monster in the gym, pushing every fighter to their limits. Usyk steps in and instantly feels the intensity, precision drills, brutal combinations, and tactical mind games. This isn't ordinary training, it's an immersion into Froch's relentless world, sharpening every edge for the John Fury showdown.
Hey bro, I have preparation. If you can come my camp training with you together. Oh, it's a good idea.
Dominic Ingley doesn't hold back, stating that Usyk must dig deep and reassess himself. This isn't just about physical training, it's mental. Dominic highlights that only Usyk can push himself to transform, and stepping into Carl Froch's camp forces that self-reckoning. The intensity, discipline, and relentless pressure from Froch create an environment where champions are forged, and Usyk must confront his limits to fully unlock his potential for the John Fury fight.
I just don't think it's the right move for him. Yeah, I just think he just needs to dig deep and reassess himself, because that's the only person who can turn it around, you are.
Usyk's manager makes it clear, change is mandatory. Bringing Usyk into Carl Froch's camp isn't casual, it's about transformation. Froch's methods push fighters beyond comfort, blending tactical brilliance with physical intensity. Every session tests endurance, precision, and mental strength. The manager's words underline that to compete with someone like John Fury, Usyk must immerse himself in Froch's ruthless approach, adapting, learning, and evolving under the Cobra's exacting eye.
Something change, you know. Okay, come and train in camp and see.
Pain Game paints a vivid picture of Carl Froch, a true world champion in every sense. Bigger, stronger, and younger than many expect, Froch's peak was extraordinary, and he's maintained it with precision. Usyk, stepping into his orbit, faces a master of preparation, strategy, and raw power. Froch isn't just a trainer, he's the kind of fighter you want beside you when the pressure hits, molding Usyk into a complete weapon for Fury.
A genuine, like, world champion level fighter, and he's actually bigger than you'd think, right, when you meet him. He's a lot younger than John, and his peak was outrageously good, right? And he's kept himself in shape. And even now, I remember having a chat with Eddie Hearn, like, about, like, you know, what fighter you've met is, like, the toughest fighter. And he said to me, like, if I'm ever in a bit of bother, the man I want standing next to me at a pub or whatever is called fucking Froch.
Duke McKenzie emphasizes Froch's mindset. This is a man conditioned to rise when stakes are high. Money, motivation, or purpose, Froch thrives under challenge. Without an end goal, the intensity drops, but in a structured camp, he becomes unstoppable. Usyk is stepping into this environment where every punch, every drill, and every tactical choice is amplified. Froch's camp isn't just training, it's an arena of mental and physical dominance, preparing Usyk for the fiercest fight of his career.
And then there's Froch, who's been paid to fight. He's used to getting money for knocking guys out. I'm sure if they put enough knocks in front of Carl Froch, in front of Carl Froch, then he might rise to it. But he ain't going to rise to it if there's no money on the table, if there's no end goal. If you want to punch up, you can go out in the street and have that any day of the week.
John Fury comes out swinging with his threats, claiming he's ready to do serious damage and calling out Carl Froch with full aggression. His words are pure bravado, a mix of intimidation and ego, but stepping into the ring is a different reality. Fury may talk big, but he's facing a fighter and a trainer who have seen it all. Carl Froch's camp transforms legends into disciplined, terrifying machines, and Usyk is learning firsthand that Fury's threats won't be enough against a well-prepared champion.
To box you for free, not box you, fight you for free. I've got fame, I've got money, I've got enough. But what I want to do is do you some serious damage. Are you hearing me, you pig? So get plenty of steroids and juice down you, mate, because I will fight you tomorrow, today, anytime.
Carl Froch responds like the cobra he is, refusing to back down. He frames this as a mission, not just a fight. He's here to dismantle a bully and restore order. Froch's words are lethal and tactical, showing the mindset of a four-time world champion who doesn't just box, he dominates mentally and physically. Every drill, every strike, every psychological push in his camp prepares him to punish arrogance in the ring. John Fury's trash talk meets cold, calculated fury.
A guy called Darren Till, yeah, he's been calling me out. He's been chatting shit, basically. Someone sent me a clip of him fighting a guy called Masvidal. He was asleep. Is he woke up yet? Is somebody find Darren Till? Is he woke up? Can you imagine? See, this is what I'm talking about. You've got someone like Till calling me out. He's getting absolutely ironed out by Masvidal with half a punch that's clipped him on the chin. Can you imagine if a professional boxer, as myself, my sort of level, you know what I've done, you know where I've been. Can you imagine if I hit him with a right hand or a right uppercut? Straight up.
Dominic Ingley highlights the essence of true fighters. Courage over caution. Usyk stepping into Froch's camp mirrors that mentality, facing immense challenges without fear. Not every fight is won by skill alone. Sometimes it's bravery, relentlessness, and willingness to endure that separates the greats. Froch's influence amplifies that spirit, pushing Usyk to embrace discomfort and intensity. Like Dominic says, true fighters never turn away. They just step in, ready to confront the chaos and forge themselves into something sharper, stronger, and unstoppable.
Oh yeah, he would fight anybody, but that doesn't mean he was going to beat everybody, but he never turned the fight down and he would never back away. And he won't even train for fights, he's just getting another fight.
Johnny Nelson reminds us of the human element in all this chaos. Fighters may be legends, but reactions, emotions, and instincts are human. Even someone like Usyk, stepping into Froch's punishing world, must contend with fear, frustration, and pressure. Froch shields and molds his fighters, teaching them to harness these emotions rather than be consumed. John Fury may shout and posture, but every second of camp under Carl's eye prepares Usyk to act smarter, strike harder, and maintain control when the chaos hits.
Forget that. And that's what I'm saying. So let's just forget the human. You know, we're human, so you're going to get human behavior, human reaction. That's how it is. And I'm quite sure if JJ had somebody like his pops to get in front of the camera and show how pissed.
Eddie Hearn doesn't hold back when analyzing the tension between John Fury and Carl Froch. He makes it clear that if Fury got too close in Froch's space, it wouldn't just be words, it would end with him being chinned immediately. Hearn highlights a truth many fans overlook. Fighters like Froch operate with an instinctive control over their environment. They don't just react, they dominate mentally and physically, refusing to be intimidated or rushed. Even in a casual confrontation, the precision and timing of a seasoned champion like Froch make him lethal.
away from each other.
I think if John Fury stuck it on Carl Froch in his space, I think he would chin him immediately.
Really? Even live on Netflix?
Yes. Because these guys, they don't allow you to do...
Pain Game paints the chaotic personality of Big John Fury with brutal honesty. While most people show pride through photos or trophies, Fury goes straight to raw, shocking displays, emphasizing dominance over decorum. It's a mix of bravado, ego, and showmanship, and it perfectly mirrors the unpredictability he brings to the fight game. His over-the-top gestures, referencing his lineage and children, underscore a man who thrives on attention, intimidation, and spectacle. This commentary reminds viewers that stepping into the same space as Fury is not just a physical test, but a psychological challenge. Froch, however, thrives in that chaos. He's mentally prepared to withstand theatrics, transform tension into strategy, and assert control over anyone trying to bully or outshine him.
Father of the king of the world. I think he's referring to Tyson Fury. You know, when you have kids, you know, most people, when they want to talk about their children, they might pull their mobile phone out and show a few pictures. Big John just shows his balls. That's where they came from. If there's anyone who needs a Manscaped advert, it's fucking John Fury. Always on.
Carl Froch's response to John Fury's claims is sharp, cutting, and dripping with experience. He doesn't just dismiss the notion of filling Wembley Stadium with Fury, he obliterates it with his own legacy. Froch reminds everyone that he's a four-time world champion, a Cobra Hall of Famer, and someone who has performed in front of nearly 1 million fans under grueling circumstances. This is more than ego, it's historical proof of dominance. Froch's words reflect confidence grounded in real achievement. While Fury blusters, Froch methodically dismantles the fantasy, showing that age and theatrics don't equate to capability. He's not just talking, he's reminding the world why he remains one of boxing's most formidable presences, unshakable and precise in both ring and rhetoric. Joe Egan strips Fury's threats down to their essence, mocking his unwillingness to face Froch in the proper boxing ring. Egan frames Fury as a man hiding behind bravado, unable to prove his so-called toughness under legitimate rules. He makes it clear that strength alone doesn't equate to credibility. Fury's claims are hollow, and stepping into Froch's world would expose them. Egan emphasizes that Froch represents discipline, preparation, and professional skill, the antithesis of Fury's chaos. Whether it's a barn or a ring, the outcome would be inevitable. Fury may shout and posture, but it's Froch who commands respect through action. The message is clear: you can talk, you can bluff, but in the squared circle, the Cobra defines reality.
Tommy actually comes across really well on that.
And he will be done, and YouTube boxing will be done.
If there's anyone who needs YouTube boxing to last, bro, it's you. You were fighting for pennies before YouTube boxing, mate. You want to hope this shit.
As the tension builds, everything comes down to mindset, preparation, and sheer willpower. Oleksandr Usyk has stepped into Carl Froch's camp, witnessed the relentless intensity, and emerged with a respect bordering on awe. This isn't just training, it's a transformation. Froch's methods push champions to their limits, blending physical precision with psychological dominance, and now the stakes are higher than ever. On the other side, John Fury's bravado and threats clash with Froch's calculated discipline. Every punch, every drill, every stare down is a test of who wants it more, who is mentally stronger. Will Usyk carry Froch's ferocity into the ring? Can Fury back up his words? The fight isn't just about skill, it's about heart, strategy, and legacy. Are you backing Usyk to dominate, or could Fury shock the world? Comment below.